Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 41st tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we are going to talk about the continue statement. The continue statement is similar to the break statement, and what I mean by that is it too allows you to get out of loops. And the difference between break and continue is that break gets you completely out of the loop and it takes you to the first statement after the body of the loop, whereas the continue statement allows you to skip a particular iteration of the loop or a few iterations of the loop, and it gets you back to the starting point of the loop. And I'm going to create a very simple program, and through that program I'm going to try to explain the difference between break and continue. And I hope that by the end of this tutorial you would have a fair bit of understanding of how break and continue are different from each other, and the difference is pretty easy to understand, so we won't have much trouble. So as you can see, using code blocks, I've saved a file. I've named it continue.c, and on line 1 in this file I have my header file. On line 2 I have the main function. I also have my curly braces in place, so between the braces we're going to type in the code. And instead of using the while loop in this tutorial, I'm going to use the for loop. And it's not that you cannot use continue with the while loop, but it it would just be a little more easier for me to explain things using for, so that's why I'm going to use for. So let me declare my control variable first, and I'm going to call it a, and I'll initialize it inside the for statement. So I'll give it an initial value 1, and my test condition for the loop is going to be a less than 10, so same as the previous tutorial. And I'm going to have my increment statement as a part of the for statement, and in the body of for let me type printf, and within double quotes let me type a is, and then colon, and the percentage d format specifier, and the new line escape sequence. The second double quotation mark I'll put in a comma, and then type in the name of the control variable, which is a, semicolon at the end, save the file, click on build and run, and there you go. You see 9 statements, sentences in the output window. A is 1, A is 2, A is 3, up to A is 9. Now what if I want all these statements to appear except the statement A is 5? That is, for one particular iteration of the loop, I want the printf statement to not be executed. How is that possible? We cannot use break, because if you would use break, then if suppose I have an if statement that checks whether the value of a is 5 or not, and if it is 5, then it breaks out. But if you would use break, then we would break completely out of the loop and we won't be able to execute the remaining iterations. But that's not what we want. We want to skip just one iteration, and for that you have to use the continue statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have if statement, of course, and I'm going to check whether the value of a is 5 or not. But instead of using break, I'm going to type in continue and then put in a semicolon. So the syntax is similar to that of break. You just have to type in the keyword continue and put a semicolon at the end, and this will do it. So I save the file, and when I click on build and run, you would see that I get a is 1, a is 2, a is 3, a is 4, but I don't see the sentence a is 5 on screen. So when a equals 5, we basically haven't executed the printf statement, right? So that's what we've done. And that's it. That's all I wanted to get across through this tutorial. And break and continue are very, very, very important keywords, and we will be using these statements a lot in the coming tutorials. So I hope you guys have understood the difference between the two statements, and I'm going to see you in the next tutorial, in which we'll discuss something interesting and important for sure. So stay tuned for updates, and please subscribe to my channel in case you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching this one. See you soon.